Once upon a time, building things on the internet was for a select group of people, people that knew how to code. That was back in the day, and it's currently 2025. And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that you no longer need to code to build things on the internet. Thanks to no-code tools like Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, Webflow, Framer, and the list just goes on, people with no coding knowledge can hop in and start building things on the internet. And if you're watching this video, chances are you also want to build things on the internet. But there's a big elephant in the room here in 2025, AI. Thanks to some crazy advancements in AI over the past couple of years, you're seeing tools pop up like Cursor, Lovable, Bolt, and the list just goes on, that allow anyone to build software with nothing but their words. You simply tell AI what you want to build, and AI is going to build it. So you've probably seen that, you've probably seen some of the videos, and you might be thinking, why don't I just skip the no-code tools and just start building directly with AI? That sounds great in theory, but as someone who builds both with no-code tools and with AI every single day, there's a big thing they're not telling you, and I'm going to tell you that in this video. First things first, let's just talk about the differences in building with no-code tools versus building with AI. And like I said, I do both every day, love to talk about it. So here's the thing, when you're building with a no-code tool, even though you're not coding, at the end of the day, all of these no-code tools are just built with code under them. So whatever it is that you're building, you need to really think about how are you going to build it? How is it going to work? What is the structure of it going to be? And even though you might just think you're learning those no-code tools, you're actually learning how the web works under the hood, because you are just telling the no-code tools what code to write. Now, on the other hand, when you're working with AI, you are telling it what to do. You are saying, build me a to-do list, build me a online course, build me this, build me that. You're not thinking about how these things are done. You are simply thinking about what it is that you want built. So you might be thinking, Julian, that sounds great. I just tell it what I want and it's gonna do it. I don't wanna learn, I just want my finished product. And I mean, me too. I mean, not a big fan of school. I don't really like learning. But at the end of the day, I also want to build products that work. So here's the thing, and here is why you should learn no-code tools. If you go right now as a beginner into AI, all you are going to know to tell it is build me a to-do list app. You're not going to know what stack, you're not going to know what features it's going to need in the future. You're just going to know what that end product is. Whereas if you're building a to-do list with, let's say again, Webflow and MemberStack, you need to consider what features do you want, where is that data going to live, and more than likely, when you publish your first app, you are going to see some mistakes that you made, things that make your app less scalable, things that make your app harder to edit. And those are all learning lessons which are teaching you. And the next time you build an app, you're going to do something different. And that is the beauty of building with these no-code tools, is that you can actually see what's going on and you can understand what's going on. If you're a beginner with zero knowledge of code, even though AI does show you what it's building, you're not going to understand any of it, and that is the real danger. So at this point in the video, you might be looking at me and going, or what are you suggesting? Should I not learn AI? Should I just learn these no-code tools? Well, first things first, I want to say you absolutely should learn AI. So if you're working on a computer in 2025, I don't think there is one more important thing for you to be learning than AI. That being said, because AI is going to change everything, today you are watching this video on YouTube. Tomorrow, someone else might be learning this information from an LLM, which learned it from me. And AI is changing everything. It's changing how we build apps, websites, how we learn information. You absolutely should learn AI. That being said, let's get to the meat of this video, and that is when you're working with AI, picture yourself as the captain and AI as your loyal crew member. If you are a captain of a ship, but you have no idea how a ship actually is, you don't know what it's made of, you don't know who works on it, you don't know how it works, you don't know how to respond when things go wrong, you're not going to be a very good captain, are you? Think about it this way. If you have no idea how to code or how apps work, how could you directly manage a developer to build your app? You can't. And AI is just like that. AI is your loyal crew member and you are the captain. But the captain needs to be an educated captain or things are going to go wrong. And back on the topic of no-code tools, that right there is why you should learn to build using no-code tools, because you are going to become a knowledgeable captain, not another clueless captain who's telling Cursor to fix it 20 times and you don't even know what the problem is. You are going to become someone who is knowledgeable and who is able to tell your AI what to build, how to build it, and you will be able to spot when things go wrong. Picture this, you just built some form of app. You know, what's the dream? It's gonna work and people are gonna use it. Let's say that happens. You hit the nail on the head, you found the market and people are using your app. Then, all of a sudden, you get a message from a customer and it says, hey, the dashboard broke. And then another customer says it, and then another customer, and then another one, and everybody wants a refund. Where are you? You're crying in the corner because you don't even know where your dashboard is in the code base, let alone what went wrong with it, let alone how to fix it. So here's the thing. If you don't know how to understand what the AI is doing for you, you can end up in some really, really difficult situations. Whereas if you understand it, you won't end up in those same situations. So right now, if you start building apps with no-code tools, and then learn, understand, you will be in a position where you can build apps with AI. So you might be wondering if I'm suggesting to not even consider building with AI. Not at all. Keep experimenting, keep on trying, and keep on trying to build things with AI. That being said, you need to be self-aware and you need to know what you don't know. If you do not understand the web yet, and if you do not understand the fundamentals and the structure of that app that you're building, you should not launch it publicly because all you're doing is creating problems for yourself in the future. So do hop into Cursor, do hop into Bolt, and do hop into Lovable and try to build things for fun, to just understand what's happening. This is one of the most exciting times in human history. Try it and have fun with it. But don't think that just because you can say, please fix, you are an expert developer. So to sum up this video, my point is simple. If you don't understand how something works, it's going to be really hard to build it with AI. So if that's the case, my recommendation to you is get in, start building now with no-code tools, learn how it works, and then in not very much time, you will be in a situation where you can build production apps yourself with nothing but AI.